probably the people, really. The people and the setup in general. Obviously, I've been here previously and enjoyed some really good times here working under John and Nev. Kind of went away and earned my own reputation really as a manager, and when the opportunity came up to speak with Wayne and Jimmy and the other directors, it was just one that I couldn't really pass by, and obviously having spoken to them and been given that opportunity to come back, it was just one that I felt was too good to turn down, and I'm really excited to be back here, and just looking forward to getting started now.
So you've joined another team in the National League North, of course. You're doing really well with Farsley, so was it a bit of a wrench to leave them, and what really brought you back? You just said then it's about the family and the people and the community atmosphere, but it must have been a bit of a wrench to leave Farsley.
Incredibly tough. It was. I've built up a lot of good relationships there with the people in the back room and the immediate football support staff and of course the players, and certainly when you've been somewhere for so long and you've enjoyed some success, you build a bit of an affinity towards them. So it was incredibly difficult for me to come away, and it was tough, but ultimately it's football, and I probably deep down felt like I'd perhaps taken them as far as I could with the the resources that we had, and obviously knowing everybody here, and they've already got a strong existing squad of players, and they've had a good start to the season, and I feel all of the resources are in place off the pitch to give me and my team the support here that we can to hopefully keep pushing Curzon forward, and hopefully we'll have plenty of success along the way.
Just to elaborate on that, you just said you took Farsley as far as they could go. Where do you think Curzon Ashton can go as a club? I mean, a lot of people suggest that they're punching above the weight in this division, but we've seen this season that they're not. Where do you want to take them?
I think the highest that they've ever finished is 10th in this league. So if I can get them to finish higher than that, then that's a part of history, and that would be a great achievement for everybody concerned. Obviously, they've got off to an excellent start this season, so it's a case of trying to build on that. In the short term, we've got a really tough run of fixtures, but every game in this league, home or away, regardless of who you're playing against, is difficult. So it's just about approaching each and every game, trying to win it, and I think that's the mindset that the players have got to have, because that's certainly the mindset that I've got, and hopefully we can play some good football and get more good results than bad results, and see where that takes us. But I'm not coming here to kind of just make up the numbers and survive every year. I know that first and foremost for a club like Curzon that's got to happen. You've got to stay in this division, but for me, I'm an ambitious guy, and I start every season wanting to try and win the league or finish as close to the top as possible, and that'll be no different here, regardless of the size of the club and maybe the budget that we have in comparison to some of our competitors. We won't be looking and using that as excuses. Everything off the pitch is in place for the players to perform to the maximum on the pitch, and if I can help with that little bit of organisation and mentality and give the team a true identity, then we'll just have to see where that takes us.
And you're coming into the job at a really strange time due to COVID. The fixture on Tuesday was postponed, and then the one on Saturday, that's been cancelled as well. So you've got a bit of time now to get used to the players. What will the situation be now? You've just come into the job. When will you first meet the players and so forth?
To be honest, I'm not sure. Probably, I've got a couple of meetings tonight and need to speak to one or two people just to kind of clarify when we can get the lads in. Obviously, I want to, get them together and meet them as quickly as I can, and kind of embed some of those, principles, and let them know kind of what I'll expect from them and what they can expect from me as soon as we possibly can, really. But COVID's kind of thrown us a little bit of a curveball, but as you say, on the flip side, it's given us a little bit of time. So we'll just have to see how the next day or two go and see when we can get the lads in, and I'm just looking forward to meeting them, really, and hopefully we can. We've got a tough run of fixtures, but kind of the pressure will be off us to some extent. We've just got to go and enjoy the challenges in front of us and try and get as many points as we can.
So what can the Curzon faithful expect from yourself and your style of football?
Well, from myself, hard worker, honest. If we're rubbish, I'll come out and say that I think we've been rubbish. Ultimately the buck would stop with me as a manager, and that's no problem. I want my team to be competitive and to work hard, and I think something that the previous manager's done really well with here is he's kind of built that affinity between the team and the supporters off the pitch, and I think it's vital that relationship is maintained, and I think from being here previously and getting to know some of the supporters, they just want to see a team that gives everything every week and works hard and tries to play the right way. And I know some people perhaps have labelled the kind of team that I put together at Farsley as being a bit direct and physical and quite competitive, but there's reasons why we built a team that way, and that team was fantastic and ultimately got us a promotion and got us results, and that's what ultimately as a manager you're judged on. But coming here and the resources that we've got, the training facilities that we've got, the fantastic football surface that we've got, I want us to play a good brand of football, one that the players are proud of and look forward to playing every time they go on the pitch, and one that the supporters look forward to coming and paying the hard-earned money to watch. So hard working, giving it everything every game, trying to play the right way, and hopefully getting some good results.
And Curzon got a massive thriving junior section. I think from the age of about under 7s up to like under 18s, about 1,000 juniors, something like that. Will you be looking to bring some of these youngsters into the first team, say the under 18s? I know that previous manager, Steve Cunningham, was a little bit reluctant. He told me he thought physically they weren't up to the standard of this division. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, without seeing those players, then it's difficult to comment. It is a big jump for lads kind of that age to come into this division. It's such a competitive division that it is a big gap, and probably one that those players need a bridge somewhere between the under 18s and the first team to kind of showcase what the capabilities are, and and then kind of assess it from there as to whether or not we feel they're good enough. But one thing I would say is I've never been afraid to put young players in. For me, age is irrelevant. It's if they're good enough, I'm not bothered. Whether they're 18 or 28. If I think that they're up to the job that I need them to do, then they'll get an opportunity regardless of their age. But I think for now, the initial first team squad is a good squad that I'm inheriting. I'm looking forward to working with them, and kind of throughout my time here, we'll obviously build them relationships and links with the junior setup and the junior section, and if there's any that are doing well, then we'll certainly give them opportunities to come in and train with us initially, and if they're good enough, they'll get the chance.
Brilliant stuff. And just finally, you touched up on it earlier, but about the fans at the Tameside Stadium, small in number but big in voice. How important will their support be in terms of the club pushing up the table?
Incredibly, important. I think the supporters are important at every club and every level, and kind of go back to when I was here previously, and probably the crowds were averaging less than 200, and now they're averaging just short of 400. So they've almost doubled in size, and I think there's so many people at the club that deserve a lot of credit for that. The great work that they do within the community, and getting more and more people in and around the facilities, and they come here, they have a good experience, and that in turn then leads to more people coming and supporting the first team, which you need as many supporters as you can possibly get. So it's going to be massively important, and ultimately your fan base increases if you've got a team that are playing a good style of football and that are winning games of football. So hopefully I can help the players to continue performing well, and continue getting good results, and if we can keep getting a few more people through the door to add to the very loyal fan base that the club's already got, then that would be fantastic.